What's up guys, Tyler Susie with Velo Baseball here. Today we're going to be going over plyo wall target selection and some of the main errors that we notice when athletes are selecting a target on that wall, as well as some of the special considerations for selecting that target itself. So before we get into some of the main errors that we see with target selection itself, I think it's important that we address some special considerations for you when you're actually going ahead through the process and selecting the target itself. So one of the main considerations that you should take into account when selecting a target is your arm slot. The main difference between somebody that throws from a high slot and a low slot will simply be the amount of lateral trunk tilt that they have in their delivery. But further to that point, with guys that have more lateral trunk tilt towards the glove side, as that arm slot climbs higher, it's being released closer to their directional heading or center line. As that trunk tilts laterally back towards the arm side and that slot drops, the arm as a result gets further away from that center line. So what this does is it drastically changes the horizontal approach angle as that ball approaches its target, especially when we take into consideration the distance relationship between you and the wall itself, which we'll address next. It's really important to understand that a ball thrown from here and a ball thrown from here are going to have very different approach angles towards the wall, and as such, the target selection for each of those arm slots needs to be drastically different as well. So another consideration when you're selecting a target on the wall is the actual distance you are from the wall itself. The closer that wall gets to you, the harder it is to then project how that ball would travel 60 feet 6 inches if it were thrown as a pitch. Whereas the further that wall gets away from you, the closer you are to actually throwing a ball 60 feet 6 inches, and the easier it becomes to then project out that ball's flight after it would actually pass through the wall. So really at the end of the day, when you're picking a target on the wall, you really just need to consider the physics of the ball's flight. You don't need an advanced degree in physics itself. I certainly don't, in order to make these considerations and assumptions. Really all it takes is a very fundamental and basic understanding of how that ball out of your hand is going to approach the plate, placed 60 feet 6 inches away, and then that wall and that target on that wall need to intersect that line from your hand to the strike zone. Well, thanks for watching today's video, guys. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something. If you'd like to get notified when we post new content, make sure you hit that bell icon down below. Also, be sure to like and subscribe so that you can get all future updates from Velo Baseball.